Gowon sent you to the 3rd Marine Commando.
Yes.
Where Adekunle reigned.
He had just captured Bonny.
Adekunle captured Bonny on the 26th, 27th of July, 1967.
Right. That's right. And he was now attacking. You see, he did not attack Bonny. He infiltrated into Bonny, because if it was an attack where they were bombing, they had 13 million liters of fuel in the tank. So he knew that. Part of his plan was to infiltrate into the place, take up a defensive position, make sure that the tanks were safe. And that's what he did.
Were Biafran soldiers in Bonny at the time?
The Biafran soldiers were at Bonny.
Why were they there? What was so special about the Atlantic during that war?
Good. The British consul at Enugu and the American consul at Enugu went to Ojukwu. There is, I guess, there is today a declassified secret document where these two people, the British and the American consuls, they went to Ojukwu to say, look, this Atlantic Ocean, and if Nigeria will come through Atlantic Ocean, how will you handle it? Ojukwu said, there is nobody among the Nigerians that will even know the creeks. They don't know the creeks. They won't even be able to fight the Atlantic Ocean. This was what Ojukwu underrated the Nigerian army. And you know, in those creeks, Sombrero creeks, Mackenzie, Calabar creeks, all those creeks, we already studied them on the map. Adekunle knew about this map. His wife was from Bonny.
How did you get the maps?
From Nigeria now. Nigeria had a cartography office. Nigeria, we're a country, you know. We have all these things in Lagos.
Why was it so important to capture that zone?
Because of the oil tank. But then, Ojukwu just said there is nobody in Nigeria that can do that.
So Ojukwu did not defend it well?
He did not defend. I wrote it in my book. He did not defend it with the seriousness that it deserved.
Or did Biafra have the capacity to defend it?
Of course, my friend.
Remember, Biafra did not have the weapons.
Ojukwu had already said that there is no power in Africa that could defeat his troops.
No, forget what was said, because you wrote in your book here that the powers behind Biafra's propaganda machine was intimidating.
Good.
So forget what was said.
Yeah, but if it was said by the head of state of my country, I should believe him.
By the time you began to attack, you discovered that Biafra didn't have the weapons to fight the war.
Not only the weapons, they didn't have that kind of sense to win the war. Biafra, you must know that Biafra never woke up one day to say we were going to attack a place other than that Asaba crossing. They made a little effort at Kotekwene, but that was a counter-attack. They made a little effort at Aba, that was a counter-attack. They made a little effort at Olu and Oguta, that was a counter-attack. Biafra had never gotten up to say, we are going to attack so place.
So they were mostly on the defensive.
They were always on the defensive.
Now, capturing the Atlantic was key to controlling the sea, right?
Of course.
After Nigeria captured that axis, what happened to Biafra?
Of course, Biafra retreated. 3 Marine Commando now had captured Bonny. 3 Marine Commando now had captured Calabar. So, from Bonny to Calabar, 300 kilometers of Atlantic Ocean, is now in the hands of 3 Marine Commando. Therefore, from Lagos to Calabar, 1,000 kilometers of Atlantic coast, now owned by Nigeria.
So by this time, Biafra had been cut off from the sea.
That's it. They could not get a supply from the sea.
And you needed the sea to get supplies.
Well, they could use the air. That's why we started looking for the air. They could use the road through Ikom, But then we went also to capture Ububra and close Ikom border.
By the time the 3rd Marine Commando captured the Atlantic Theater, Biafra became landlocked, right?
Yes.
No access to the sea.
No.
What about Oguta? Is that not access to the sea?
Onitsha, they will have to come to Atlantic Ocean. Onitsha is also a tributary to the Atlantic Ocean. All the waters in the world are to be deposited in the Atlantic Ocean or in the Pacific. That's how the Lord made it. So in Nigeria, whatever the river, whether Otamiri, Imo River, Cross River, whatever the river, Apayafe, all these rivers deposited their water into the Atlantic.
So on a good day, if we are discussing tactically, a Biafra will not be productive without access to the sea.
Yes.
That means, let's assume Biafra will come.
Yes.
That means that Biafra must include some parts of River State.
Yes.
For it to have access to the sea.
You see, the point is, all they had to do is defend the land. The ship must have to come to land. The ship must have to bring troops to land. And we will not let it land.
But you need to defend the sea.
That's what we're saying. You don't have to defend the sea by staying in the sea, because you don't probably have the boat. They had the boat, which did not work, which was attacked by, I've forgotten the name of this Yoruba officer, and Pascal Odu was from the Biafran side attacking the Nigerian boat. And I've forgotten the name of this officer. Anyway, whatever that was, if you stay at the shore, you have no ship, you stay at the shore, the troops must land on the shore, their weapons must land on the shore, their supplies must land on the shore. You could take them on. You could take them on. Easy and quiet.
General Isama,
yes.
Nigeria was better equipped, right?
That again is an assumption.
No, you tell me. You fought the war.
Yes.
You saw Biafran weapons.
Okay.
Because you captured territory.
Yes.
You captured Biafran soldiers.
Yes.
So what did you notice about Biafran weapons?
If the tactics was wrong, if the strategy was wrong, the weapon would be no use. It was like crossing the river at Asaba. The weapons was no use. Whatever the weapon they carry, it was no use. That is just the point. So your tactics and your strategy and tactics your aim would dictate the strategy and tactics to apply.
In your book,
how many weapons did I have to attack their point unit at Asaba and then at Agbo? I delayed them for 6 hours. They couldn't capture Benin. I delayed them for another 6 hours. They couldn't capture Ore.
So it's about strategy.
Strategy and tactics will play more important role than the weapons you are carrying.